Um, Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I was not aware that I was going to be the one to having to introduce this shit. But welcome
Surprise!
to another scene of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Scene is set after a nice little quartet of werewolves have just exited the hellhole, brought back the greatest of rewards, an evil book, and the dead Garu. Um, and yeah, Robyn, after they have spoken to the warder, will yeah, she'll go after her cousin Jacob Clay, the amazing Adrian. I always mix these two up. Philodox of the Silver Fangs,
Yes.
and she'll she'll actually run, although she kind of feels at least mentally exhausted, even though she's not wounded anymore. She's just it's pretty fucked. Um, she'll run in front of him, and kneels and waits for him to either brush past her or acknowledge her.
Hey, what you doing? Get up. He'll grab you by your shoulders and pull you up.
Yep, she'll get up. I'm unsure how to address you at the moment, Jacob Raya, but I would like to have a conversation with you, if possible.
You know what happened to the hellhole?
That and what we just heard.
I don't like where this is going.
Perhaps
If
we
they're
can
going to
talk.
ask me not to honor my promise, then I'm going to be having words.
Perhaps we can talk not on sept.
Fine. Um, like my place.
Mm. Yes, I don't have my own place in the city yet, so I cannot offer you to go to my place.
You could just offer to go anywhere, really. Car park, back alley, yeah. Shop, coffee.
Too many years.
No, okay then. Come on. And yeah, he'll drive you back to his place. 10 minutes later.
Yeah, as they enter Jacob's living room, Robyn will kind of actually drop down on the couch, closing her eyes for a moment. You got mad at me for withholding information to Uriah.
Yep.
But you understand why I did it.
And for giving orders that I was not giving out.
The beta is not just. Mm, I was trying to help. They weren't orders.
When did I make you my beta? I don't recall doing that.
Shadow Lords are the betas of the Silver Fangs, are they not?
Buy you my beta?
Clearly not.
You're getting a little bit ahead of yourself. I don't say that to be mean. I say that because it caused confusion on the battlefield.
There was no confusion. I was walking in the back. I saw things that you were not seeing. Bailey is a ragabash. She cannot burn as brightly her rage than we can.
She was the only one keeping pace with me.
At first, yes, but when we started burning rage, and I didn't
And
say he had to do that.
And when we're
I
on the
said
battlefield, the chain of command needs to be clear. You were not given any formal position for this mission.
no one was.
Like I'm your
I was not giving orders. I was giving suggestions. I asked Sam to help her in case she got behind, not immediately help her if she didn't need it.
You might want to look over your words because I remember you telling him.
Fine, perhaps I
You're
was not
telling me to grab the
asking.
body.
I did not tell you to grab the body.
None of these things were your calls. You're acting as if they were.
I was acting with your best interest at heart.
By withholding information from me?
What would have happened if you had frenzied there?
Did I frenzy upon seeing him? Do you think I'm that incapable?
You had to focus on getting out that book.
I am not the one with the most rage out of all of us here, and I am the one who has had the most experience with our wolves.
There was no point at that point dividing your attention over this.
Then why did you?
I did not.
You were the one calling attention to that cocoon. You're the one calling attention to Simon.
I was not.
Like he
You were the
looks at you
one
as if that doesn't make sense.
You were the one insisting on knowing why I got quiet. That was not calling attention.
Yeah, and then you told me about the cocoon and then wanted to take it with us.
Of course. Should I have left him there?
I don't know, honestly.
I told you it would have been the first thing to leave behind. Even if we hadn't been able to rescue it, it could have served as a distraction.
They're not going to go hoarding a corpse.
She yelled something about a body. I'm pretty sure she didn't mean the book. She still has an emotional connection to that body.
Yeah, but she's not going to stop when we let it go. And again, this is not your. That was not your call.
But I made it.
I allowed it to be made after the fact. No, after the fact.
Fine then, Jacob Pariah.
You're doing exactly what I did, by the way, when I became a Cleof.
Wow, we're family. Look, I just tried to help.
And I
Perhaps I
did it.
was wrong.
And thanks for coming along. But
Thanks for coming along.
don't just.
Yeah.
You assumed a lot back there, is what I'm saying.
Aren't we all, Garou? Don't we all need to think? Sure.
Isn't
I
about
judge.
thinking. You're not
Yeah,
even
it
addressing my
was. No,
claim.
it was about thinking. I thought it would be better if you focus on the book, and I would focus on that body.
You were there for the book.
Yes, I understand that the body was not the main priority. But don't you see it as a good thing that we got it back?
You certainly paid the price for it, didn't you? Jesus.
She looks away.
It's good that we got it back, but you know what would have happened if you'd been a fraction of a second too slow? Do you know what I was going to do? If she was going to throw another one of those things at you?
I would have tossed the body against it.
You wouldn't have survived at that point.
Well, then at least you've
You,
been rid of a problem.
you're not a problem, for Christ's sakes, Robyn.
Right.
Do you know what I was going to do? I was going to head back, interpose myself, and use a gift that would hold her off for a few seconds.
That's insane, and you should not have done that.
That's what happens when you force a second objective on the mission. We're
Well,
fortunate.
then clearly you and I will no longer be in missions together if you can't focus on your part of a mission.
And what exactly was your part of the mission? My part, I
Supporting
knew
you,
exactly what I was doing.
then you should not have.
What were you doing? As you said, I mean, I was there for the book.
Yeah,
That was the only reason why I was there.
and you should not have interjected yourself between me and her.
You realize, as a leader of this mission, I'm responsible for your well-being, right?
No, you're responsible for succeeding at the mission.
I'm also the one who has to tell your parents you are dead. When I couldn't keep you out of harm's way.
I can just as easily die in any mission. Don't you think I'm not aware of that?
And that justifies what and how. Yes, you can die in any mission. That doesn't make my responsibility in that particular mission any lesser. Doesn't change it in any way.
No, because your objective, your goal is to succeed at the mission, no
I,
matter what costs.
on the contrary, do you know what I told? You're forgetting what I told you guys before we went on a mission. If we are spotted, we retreat. We're not going
Yes,
to head further in. We're not going to.
but once you had it, we were spotted. We went back. If at that point any one of us would have fallen, your objective, since you had the book, was to run away and get that book out and succeed. And that's where we would have paid the sacrifice for.
There's a difference between sacrifice and throwing your lives away.
I was not throwing my life away.
You're throwing your life away for someone who was already dead. And yeah, that person was fucking close to me. But they're not here anymore.
I didn't do it for him. Besides, what I've learned of the rite of the gathering of the departed, his soul will still be here unless we send it on through that rite. So yes, actually, he is still here. And I wasn't doing it for him. I was doing it for you.
You seem to have misinterpreted my goals or my interests. And then you acted in them without telling me and withholding information from me.
Yes, I did. And if
I
you wish
wanted
to
the book
punish me
back.
for that, then do so and
I
have it
told
over
you.
with.
I already told you.
Then drop it.
Drop it. You're the one who said you wanted to talk to me.
What about this?
I'm sorry, you're losing me here.
The book.
What about the book?
The warder wants to keep it, doesn't he? Didn't he just say that?
The elders might, and if so, I'm going to bring up the fact that numerous Garu made fucking promises that we went there as a group. It wasn't just my pack; it was several Garu outside of the Striders. This isn't a joke.
I made a promise as well.
Exactly. So there's a lot on the line here. I mean, they can take a look at it if they want, and they can do whatever they want, as long as it gets to Swift Runner. But if they decide now we're going to keep it, I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, what?
You really want to let them have a look.
The reason I didn't want to have a look at it initially was because there was no one in the immediate vicinity who had the tools to handle it. And if I'd gone on for even maybe 10, 15 more minutes, I might have just it might have consumed my mind, at least temporarily, and I wasn't going to allow that to happen. I needed to get that book away from me. That's why I wanted to do that. It wasn't because I mean, usually I'm fairly okay with knowledge. I mean, I already have knowledge of the worm and a lot of its intricacies that other Garu don't have and are a little bit squeamish about because I believe it can be used to service, understand your enemy, beat your enemy, right? But sometimes the risk is either too high or the cost is too great in the moment for myself to be able to make that decision. And in that point in time, the cost was way too high. There were too many risks and unknowns. I wasn't ready to make that call, and I trusted Swift Runner to do the right thing.
Me too. I'm surprised that. What if the book gets stolen from that locker? In a way that you would still be able to fulfill your promise.
I'm not going to make that call yet.
No, but as soon as it's tomorrow, you will have to. You don't need to make the call.
I'm go- What the hell, Robyn? You weren't suggesting shit like this before. Like, this is... Like, I get it. I don't necessarily agree with what my elders are doing. I mean, keep in mind, but we are just engaging in speculation right now, right? They might just hand it over after they're done with it.
Really?
Do you have any great insights as to what their intentions are? Obviously, they think it's a potent tool, but does that mean they need to hold on to it for a particularly great deal of time? It could be that all they need to do is just...
That Crane guy.
Yeah, what about him? I don't even know the guy. I mean, I've heard of him, obviously.
I don't know him either, but I know his sister.
Who's his sister?
The one who the one who came here for my rite of passage.
Okay.
I also know how she responded to Farah, or about the Farah to her.
Oh,
They're
pardon, you cut out
not.
there about the Pharaoh.
Oh, I also know how she responded when I was talking about the Farah to her. He's not going to give up the book. They'll be too afraid that the bastard will gain some insights and that they will wipe us all out with it.
What makes you say that? What did this person say? Because he keeps saying, like, people said this, or I had your best interests at heart, and all this, and all these implications, but I don't see you basing it on anything. Not on anything that I can understand, because you're not giving me the full amount of information. This is what I want. Like, I want to know what you're thinking, but like you keep masking it. It makes you hard to read.
After I had my rite of passage, you know what that was about, right? Silverfang rite of passage that I had.
Yeah.
I told her the story. The two Garu that I met at my rite of passage, two Silverfangs. The one who ultimately had fallen to the worm. He claimed that he had gotten information from the Farah. Ways to summon Banes. And that he used it to the defense of their place, their castle. Oh, he did use that. That's why they got cursed. He wanted to, according to his words, find a way to make peace with the Farah. When I told her about that part and how I agreed with his ideas on that, she scoffed.
So overall, God, then.
Hmm?
Well, that's going to be a problem because, I mean, a lot of us actively work with Farah in the area. If we're just shitting on our agreements, we might have to impress this upon the council then. Like, you know, that it's no longer an issue of there is a degree of codependence here, and it's part of why we've been successful. Like, I mean, I know the Farah are generally good. I mean, I don't know much about all of them, but I know particularly the Korax. I mean, they're on our side. I've actively worked with them in and out of the Amazon. The Bastet, I've seen, and we're not on that. And we're not, and the Macaulay. The Macaulay actively assisted me as well in the past, multiple times in the Amazon. And the Bastet we had, I defended their kin against. I mean, really, I can just point to the Amazon and say, "Yo,
yeah,
the only reason things are working out there is because of the
you know who
Pharaoh."
not in the Amazon? I'm really sorry, Jacob. But traditional Silverfang thinking is not in the Amazon. It has no place there because of that reason.
Wow, it's almost as if I'm trying to change what our tribe's thinking is.
Perhaps you do, but I don't think you're gonna win this against at least two Silverfang elders, plus a bunch of other elders.
I don't think the Stargazer would be on board, surely. They're generally pretty peaceful. All right, Master. That would strike me as very strange.
Perhaps I am overthinking this, but I
I
have
mean,
a
you have reason
feeling.
to be concerned, but I wouldn't make assumptions as to their intent until there's real evidence of it.
Then get their promise that it will be given to the Bastets before you hand them that book. Get their promise.
I
Turn
definitely
oath
intend to
on
do
it.
that. I intend to tie them to this because, I mean, I and the rest of us worked way too hard to get that book just to see it not even delivered to the one who requested it to begin with.
I agree. How about this? Obviously, I won't be there when you will talk to them about this. How about I'll attach another mind link to you when they're talking to you about this. If I'm right, I will get the book. Let me know through that mind link. I will get that book. And I'll be gone before you can even bring them to it.
I mean, I could just text you. Most of all, the
Texting while you're talking to them might seem a bit obvious. Plus, at that point, it will.
like you realize so. Okay, the immediate problem is that you want to get the book, right? Like, if shit hits the
I want to.
fan, and
I want to get it to where we promised it would be. Yes.
how do you intend to get it in the middle of a highly secured police precinct?
I'm
You
your
realize the
cousin.
gauntlet's really thick there, right? Like, I mean, normally you could just say, take the gauntlet and everything will be fine, but like, we're in the middle of the city and in a secured area. Like, the gauntlet's probably even thicker there than on the high street, you know?
I'm your cousin. I'm sure I can talk my way into that.
Dude, not
'Cause
only. You realize they let no one in there, right? I mean, unless I'm letting you in and I'm not, I mean, even me, I mean, no way would they allow that. Not even myself. Like, that would be a brazen act of corruption. Be fucking all over the news, goddammit.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know yet, but
Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I'm powerful within my circle, but like, it's also, one that's highly restrictive, right? There are rules. The reason I have such power in the police is because I follow them. And when I break them, I'm very, 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 very careful. Like, I have layers and layers of contingencies because turns out we're really good at finding shit out. It's, I mean, I get it. Like if they weren't promised, then I could just not take them to where it is because they're certainly not getting it. And that place is fucking. That's Weaver turf. Like, a guy in spirit isn't just running in there.
I don't know. I'm just I'm just worried. Okay,
I know.
I'm worried about you. It's not even just not being able to fulfill your promise. I just I'm afraid the elders will do something to you if you refuse.
I don't think that there'd be all that much they could do, to be honest. Like, they could give a disproportionate punishment, but then they're just like assholes, and it's just going to be the same issue of there are a ton of Cleos here, and like 4 elders. Well, guess who won that fight? It wouldn't be the first time where dumbass elders got their shit kicked in because they decided to piss off those below them. Like, fuck, my tribe knows that all too well. This is a bone noricept as well. Like, people can throw their weight around, but not too much. like I understand that, like, and I get why you have legitimate reason to be suspicious, and I'm definitely gonna see if I can take measures. I mean, that's kind of why I locked it up in the locker to begin with, right? Because who's getting in there? No one. Like, it's not impregnable, but it is unlikely unless someone has my express consent. I mean, I guess I could get you in the precinct, to be honest, but I'd need to be with you as the problem. So I can't be in two places at once.
No.
Unless you had some sort of temporary pass or ID, but then it would be super suspicious in its own right. And I mean, I guess I could cover for that, but I mean, I got a warning from the Korak, so I don't really want to give any more red lights, warning lights to the worm than I already have, because the Koraks gave me express warning about that. I think they're going to make a move on me, or more worryingly, someone else. And yeah, not one moment, Billy. Yeah. So I need to be really careful right now. I mean, I generally always am, but I need to be really careful right now.
I know. And honestly, I'm not here to try and make your life more complicated.
In a worst case situation, if they refuse to hand the book over, we just take it back and give it to them. Give it to Swift Runner.
How? You want to turn our sept into a civil war?
It's not going to cause a civil war.
Really? The elders against the Cleads? Sure, maybe the Cleads will win, but at what cost? Look, I am
Hey, you're the
behind
one
you
discussing all the weird, shady bullshit here.
because I think it'll make it, well, it would still create a fuss. But at least we would have achieved our goal at that point.
I'm reticent about. I don't want to go about this in the wrong way. And I don't like.
Neither do I.
I mean. You're suggesting a whole lot. I'm just saying.
I know I'm suggesting a whole lot. And I don't want to use those suggestions, trust me. But I just want to make sure that we have a contingency plan in case of the worst case scenario.
I'm
As
gonna get
far
them
as
to
I'm
promise. If they
concerned,
don't promise, I'm not handing that fucking book over. It's mine. I got it. Come on, until it's handed over to Swift Runner, it's fucking under my protection. I led the mission to get it back. I could just pull that shit like it's effectively part of my territory. Respect that. I could philodox the shit out of them.
yeah, I'm afraid that at some point, and I don't know if they are willing to go that far over this, but at some point, I feel.
I think they'd be very. I think they themselves are a bit. I mean, there's a reason they're having a talk about it, right? They're also discussing
Yeah.
their own course of action because they're aware of the political implications of this as well, and they're going to be weighing them up and down. I hope they make the right call.
Just make sure that you have something like an ace up your sleeve in case of, okay?
Yeah, I know. I got it.
That's all I'm asking. I
But
may be pushing this too much, but I just have a bad feeling about this.
get it.
And
And
I will be honest, it has mostly to do with your two tribesmen.
I figured. I knew that.
Not with you. But I
And one last thing also. I know this is backtracking a little bit. Like when, like I do intend to start a pack with you.
What? You are?
Yeah, duh. With obviously, and I mean, I do intend for you to be my beta, but until like that's a formal thing. Like unless I explicitly state it on missions, like that's it's not something that's accrued automatically.
I know.
I did similar things when I went out on missions, particularly in Amazon when I because I get what you're trying to do, right? Like obviously,
It's just something that I even did when I was a cub, okay?
yeah,
It's not
like I understand what you're trying to do. Um,
it's nothing I do consciously. I just see something and I want to make sure that something is covered. I know Ragabash's their rage just burns lower than ours.
if
Sam
I
and
can
I
tell
are
you
both
right now, if
used to
Bailey
it.
was falling behind, I would have made the call.
But if you did it beforehand, you didn't need to make it look. It doesn't matter. We can keep arguing about this back and forth. You
The
disagree
reason
with
you already know
something.
what my reasoning is because she was the only one keeping up with me. You slowpokes were well behind. Just saying, you're the one furthest back,
Yeah. So that was on purpose.
so I should. Which is why I told you to focus on your own actions.
I was. I was in complete control of my own actions.
Just saying, if you're not hurrying up, then tell others to hurry up who are already ahead of you.
I didn't tell them to hurry up.
Like I don't think anyone was going to interpret it as a request. Is what I'm saying.
And I understand that now. And I will take, like, look, when we're running, I don't know about you, but I just want to help out in the shortest way possible, which is not an elaborate question including all the Rayas, even though they're not my Rayas anymore. I'm of equal rank to them. I wasn't ordering them around. I was just making sure that everybody would be safe. And clearly I did wrong, and I will apologize to all and everybody and make amends if that is what you wish.
I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, this is like the. I mean, I already gave you the warning about it.
I don't want
I'm
a
just
bloody
stating the
warning.
reason. I'm just
Stop.
stating
That just gets me so incredibly mad. Stop
why I
bloody
do it to
warning.
everyone.
Silly.
I give everyone a warning.
Yeah, but then you don't shut up about it.
Well, I'm
Like I
explaining
said,
to you my reasoning.
if you don't want to give me a punishment and just be done with it,
Absolutely not.
then give me a punishment.
No. Like, it's more than just saying this is my call. I'm now explaining to you why that call happened.
And I've already told you, I understand why this happens. But I disagree with your idea. Obviously, I failed again. So just be done with it. I'm tired of always being the worst one who's out there. I've had that my entire cup time because of Snowflake. And now you're starting at me? It fucking sucks. Just punish me and have it done. Or just
I'm
don't
not
bring it
calling you
up.
the worst one.
Well, I was the only one doing the fuck ups, wasn't I? No one else did. you go into great length of detail explaining everything to someone else, but with me it's just shut up and don't do stupid. And I'm so tired of that.
I mean, I told you to shut up back there because it was like we're in the middle of a freaking combat situation.
Yeah, and I said one sentence
And
to make
like
sure
I'm
something wouldn't
explaining
happen.
it to you now.
I don't want your explanations.
So then why are you like complaining that I'm saying, oh, you go into great detail for everybody else, but with me, it's I'll just shut up and stop being stupid when I'm literally telling you that's not what I'm doing. And you're literally seeing that right now.
You're right.
You'll get there, it's fine. Like it took me until like I tried going really deep into what I thought I was best at and what I could do, and it took me a while to actually get into the swing of it. Like I didn't really get into the swing of it until Foston, really. Did you know I almost left the Striders once over that very issue?
No.
Like you're not the only one to struggle with this. And I don't mean that as in like shut up, deal with it. I mean like you're generally not alone in it.
Great, I'm not the only failure.
You're not a failure. As he said, we still succeeded. And no one died. He took a nasty hit. And I certainly know how that feels. He kind of pats to his chest.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just tired, I guess.
Want a nap?
Yeah.
Fine. Just chill. I know that's easier said than done for us, but still.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm tired, I'm worried. Can I just crash on your couch for tonight?
No, you're always welcome to crash on my couch.
Okay.
And don't think because I just got mad at you that, you know, that I think you suck or anything, because I don't think that.
No, I know. It's the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm. But I have sleep at night.
Hmm? Sorry, what did you say?
Nothing. You go get some sleep.
Okay.
Now it's my turn to withhold information from you. Smack.
As you wish, Raya.
Oh, don't be like that. Don't you
She'll
dare.
give a smile.
Dumb bird.
Stupid cop.
Yes. Have a nice rest.
Thanks. Yeah, Robyn will just kind of kick off her shoes and curl up on the couch.
He'll get her a comfy old blanket because it's not the first time. This is quite common now.
Yeah, I think she'd be asleep before he gets back.
And we'll just put a blanket over her and leave her to rest. As he'll probably go over and start looking stuff up on his computer, getting some spare work done. I think that's where we can end the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you all next time.